even got a birth certificate. I don't even exist. You know? What up, gooses? Check it out. Something bad happened. You gotta listen to this, but you gotta listen to this to the end, the entire video. Just check out the whole video before it happens to you. So check it out. I'm gonna tell you the story. What happened? What happened was I went to the Department of Motor Vehicles, right, to get my license renewed because it was due for renewal because I have a commercial driver's license. So, all right, I got all my papers, I got all my information, all my paperwork and everything like that. And then I go and shoot out to Department of Motor Vehicles. So I'm waiting online, whatever. And then they give me a number, you know, I sat down. So when my number rang up, I went up to the desk. And then I threw up my papers on the table and I go, oh, I'm here to renew my CDL license. So the lady goes, she quickly looks over my papers and stuff, and then she goes, do you have your birth certificate? You know, so I go, well, I don't have it on me, but I can go and get it. So she goes, well, you're gonna need your birth certificate. So in my head, I thought, why would I need my birth certificate if I already have my license? You know, I'm showing her my license. You know, I didn't want to make a big deal about it. So, cause you know, I got it, whatever. So I figured, you know, I'm just going to get it, whatever. You know, I don't want to have a big fight here. You know, so I'm thinking, you know, in my head, I'm also thinking like, why would I need a birth certificate? You know, I've had my license for 27 years, you know. From the beginning, just to get a driver's license, you have to show them, you know, present them your birth certificate. So I thought, whatever, you know, let me go, you know. So let me go and get it. So I went back home, grabbed my birth certificate. Then went back to DMV. Okay, this is the thing. I was born in Puerto Rico, right? I came here when I was 2 years old. So that's part of it. So I'm gonna just let you know about that. So I go back to the first line and tell the lady, okay, the lady told me to go and get my birth certificate, you know, so that way I don't have to wait on the line. So she can, you know, expedite me faster because I already waited. So she sends me to another table. And she goes, the lady at the table, I hear my paperwork, I told her about the lady, whatever, they told me to go and get my birth certificate because I need a birth certificate. So I give it, you know, I put my birth certificate and everything on the table. She looks at the birth certificate and she goes, your birth certificate is expired. So I'm like, what are you talking about? My birth certificate is expired. And she goes, your birth certificate is the brown one. You need the blue one. I'm like, I don't even know what she's talking about. I'm like, what are you talking about? Brown and blue. You know, I don't know what you're talking about. First of all, birth certificates never expire, you know. And she was like, yeah, your birth certificate expired. And she was like, oh, she looked at the paperwork of my birth certificate and she pointed at 1997. And I'm like, that doesn't mean it's expired. That's when it was, you know, because I gotten a new one. 97, I was like, that just says that it was issued in 97, you know, I guess it's Spanish, because it's Spanish and English, the birth certificate. So anyway, so she goes, yeah, your birth certificate is expired. This birth certificate is expired as of July 1st, 2010. You need a blue one. So I'm thinking, Josh was there with me, so I was looking at her like, are you kidding me? Really? You know, and then I go, all right, so how do I get this blue one that you're talking about? So she goes, well, you gotta get it from Puerto Rico. And I'm like, how am I gonna go and get it from Puerto Rico? My license is gonna expire within a week, you know? I have to renew this driver's license within a week, you know? How am I gonna get it? So I'm thinking like mad crazy stuff. I'm like, oh my God, you know what? If I have to go and fly to Puerto Rico and actually get this, I'm quickly thinking this. You know, with the situation over there, it's all messed up. So if I go over there and try to get it, I don't know how long it's gonna take. And I'm like, I'm telling her, how long is this gonna take for me to get that birth certificate? I don't know. You know, it could take months, you know, especially with the situation that's going on over there, you know. So that means I'm gonna be out of a license. She was like, oh, hold on. She's like, oh, go to the lady, the other table by the photos. and because she has a number that you can call. So I'm like, I'm already fired up. So I go over there, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is unbelievable. So I went to the other table, and I explained to her that the lady saying that I need a new birth certificate. And my birth certificate's expired. You know, it really doesn't make any sense. You know, because I'm thinking like, birth certificates don't expire. That's the first thing. Second of all, when I originally got my license, it was with that birth certificate. So what difference does it make? You know, they already verified that the birth certificate is good anyway, you know, from the get-go. Why would I have to represent my birth certificate all over again? So I was like, you know, these are the things that I'm just running through my head. You know, I'm also telling Jazz that just doesn't make any sense. So the lady at the table goes, you know, I told her, whatever, the lady over there told me that you have a number for me to call Puerto Rico, whatever, because I need a new birth certificate. So then she gives me the number, and I'm starting to complain. How long is this gonna take? You know, I don't know how long it's gonna take for me to birth. And she was like, well, with the situation that's going on in Puerto Rico, I don't know. And I'm like, oh my God, don't tell me I gotta fly to Puerto Rico, go get a birth certificate and come back and possibly go over there, you know, possibly get stranded. I don't even know how long it's gonna take. You know, but I'm gonna try to call this number, see what's up. So anyway, so I was like, I told Jazz, I was like, come on, let's go. I'm gonna call this number. And I was like, so now she's in the car, she's driving me back home, and I'm in the car saying, you know, I might have to fly to Puerto Rico, man. You know, because I bet you if I call this number, no one's gonna pick up the phone. I bet you. Because you know what? Like, what is it? 85% of the country doesn't have any power. And I was like, you know, I'm sure, I'm thinking, I'm hoping, I'm sure that the government buildings are probably open, you know. So, dial the number, I call, no one answered the phone. I said, I told you nobody's gonna answer the phone. I tried to dial the number again, no one answered. I said, see, I told you, I may have to fly to Puerto Rico. I don't know what the hell the situation is, you know, to get my driver's license. So now I'm like, oh, like I'm all getting bent out of shape, like pissed off, like, damn, man. So then I started thinking, I was like, you know what? What if, okay, I have to fly to Puerto Rico to get this as soon as possible. If I fly to Puerto Rico, I might get trapped because if I fly there, my license is gonna expire. Let's say they say, oh, it's gonna take X amount of time, you know, because I only had limited time, about a week or whatever. So let's say, I start like, they send me here, there, whatever, and it's taking longer than what it is. Then let's say I'm there for like 2 weeks to get the paper, right? The birth certificate. Now what's gonna happen is my license is gonna expire. So if my license expires, I'm gonna be stuck in Puerto Rico. How am I gonna get back home when my license is expired? I can't, and to get back on the plane. If I'm telling they're gonna see that my license is expired. They're gonna say, oh, the license is expired, you can't get on the plane. Now, how am I gonna get home? That's the thing. How am I gonna get home from Puerto Rico? I don't live there, you know? How am I gonna get ID? I don't have no place of residence there. I'm stuck, I'm completely stuck. So I'm like, oh man, this is messed up. This is messed up. So now I'm telling Jazz about it. You know, we're talking about it and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna end up starting a new life in Puerto Rico because I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna fly there, and I'm gonna go, yo, and check it out. And I'm gonna be like, yo, Puerto Rico, yo. But check it out. So now she's like, oh yeah, right, you're gonna start a new life. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start a new life. I'm gonna get married again. She's like, oh, you're not gonna get married. You can't get married because you're already married to me. I was like, oh, I don't even got a birth certificate. I don't even exist. You know, because they're saying that my birth certificate is expired. That means I'm expired. I'm no longer exist. I'm dead, pretty much, you know. So anyway, so I'm cracking jokes and stuff like that. Oh, yo, I'm like, oh, yo, I'm gonna have to go to Puerto Rico. You know what? When you see me packing up, you're gonna see me packing up my beach towel, and you're gonna see me packing up a bathing suit. And she's like, yeah, right. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. I ain't got no choice, you know. So she was like, you may have to go. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Puerto Rico. Yeah, I'm gonna be like this. I told her I'm gonna be like this. Yo, so check it out. So anyway, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call my brother and see what's up with the paper. You know, if he knows anything about it. So I called him up. I was like, yo, I got a big problem, you know. I may have to fly to Puerto Rico. And he's like, oh, well, what happened? I was like, do you have the blue birth certificate? And he was like, yeah, I got the new birth certificate. I was like, yeah, you got the birth certificate? Oh, man, how do I get it? How do I get it? So he was like, you could go to Vital Check and order it there. And I was like, oh. So I started talking about it, and Jax was like looking on the phone, Vital Check. So according to the website, it says due to the hurricane conditions, it may you're gonna, if you place an order now, you're gonna be on queue. So you know, it's unpredictable pretty much when is it gonna come. So I'm like, oh man, you know, I'm gonna have to place an order and see what, you know, what's gonna happen, you know, or something like that, because I believe I'm gonna have to fly with it. I don't know what's gonna happen. So so then I go like this, all right. Because I really need my driver's license. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and try to call Vital Check, whatever. So I looked online and then I looked at Vital Check. I started looking at the website, Vital Check. So then I was like, you know, I'm gonna look at the Department of Health in Puerto Rico and see if they got another number to call. So I found another number to the Department of Health in Puerto Rico. I called the number, right? And okay, so immediately it was in Spanish. So I was like, oh man, I gotta listen to this carefully. And when the call came through, you know, went through, the lady goes, Preta número uno si tú eres un pendejo. Preta número dos si tú eres loco. Preta número tres si tú esperaste mucho y tú es un cabrón. So I was like, damn, I think number 3, I'm a cabrón. So I pressed number 3, you know what I'm saying? I pressed number 3, that's not me. Number 3, boom, I'm a cabrón, that's me. You know. So I pressed number 3, and then when I pressed number 3, it said something about Vital Check. Vital Check. I was like, yeah, that's what my brother was talking about, Vital Check. And then it connected me to Vital Check. So now it was in English. It went from Spanish to English. So I was like, all right. They said, you know, they was like prompting me where to call. Okay, if you need this certificate, da 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 da. So it said, oh, if you need a birth certificate, blah 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 blah. So whatever, I pressed that one for the birth certificate. So if you need to order a birth certificate now, whatever. So I clicked on order now, whatever. So somebody came on the phone. I was like, oh my god, I spoke to somebody. I'm speaking to somebody. So I was like, oh, listen, I got a problem. He's like, what is it? I go, I need a birth certificate, like, right now. And then he was like, okay, we services, you can have a birth certificate. We can send a birth certificate overnight, or we can send a birth certificate, you know, you'll get it within a week. So I was like, I need it overnight right now. I need it right now. So I was like, oh my God, how much? I was like, how much is it? The guy said, well, the birth certificate is $5. Any additional birth certificate after that, it's $10. So I was like, give me 2. Give me 2 birth certificates. Because you never know, you know, since I'm having a hard time, so give me 2 of those babies. Send them overnight, you know. I was like, how much is it overnight? He was like, well, it's $26 overnight and a processing fee of $10 for them, I guess, for their pocket. So I was like, whatever. It came out to like $52. So I give him all the information according to my old birth certificate, and you know, so now I'm like, so everything went through, whatever. So I asked him, oh, how long is it gonna take, you know? And he goes, you'll have it within 2 to 3 days. And I was like, all right, good, whatever. So then I, you know, whatever, I hung up the phone with him, and I wasn't thinking to ask him, what about the hurricane conditions? You know, is there a problem? Because Vital Check is actually based out of Tennessee or something like that. No, Kentucky. Oh, no, Tennessee, I think. I don't know. But because they're only gonna send the information to Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico is the one who's doing the processing for the birth certificate, and it's gonna come to my house. So I looked that up, and I was like, oh man. You know, I should have asked. I was like, you know what? I'm just not even gonna stress over it. You know, I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. You know, so the next day I looked, and it said it was on its way, but ended up getting stuck in Tennessee. That's what it was. In Tennessee, it got stuck because there was a problem with airplane. Kentucky, she told me Kentucky. Right, it got stuck in Kentucky. They were gonna put a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken in there and gonna send it to me. So they were gonna send it to me. I mean, you know, it was coming from Kentucky. I was like, good, as long as it's in the States, you know, I'm happy. You know, as long as it's in the States, I can move from there. So, it came though the very next day though, you know, from Kentucky. It came the very next day. Boom, UPS opened rang the doorbell. I ran. I was like, oh, thank God. And he was like, sorry about the delay. Boom. So it took me 2 days to get the birth certificate. I got the 2 birth certificates. Ran to the Department of Motor Vehicles, and the lady that I got, was like kind of a little attitude-ish. You know, sometimes, you know, I guess she was like had a hard day or whatever. So anyway, long story short, actually it wasn't a long story, but anyway, so if any of you guys live in Puerto Rico, or was born in Puerto Rico, not if you was born here, if you were born in Puerto Rico and you don't have that blue birth certificate, you better go and get that right now. Contact, go to a website, Vital Check. I'm not promoting them, but I'm just telling you for what happened to me before you get stuck down the line. I thought I was going to be deported out of the country and I was going to be gone. I'm going to start a new family. I was going to be happy. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, new girl. Because the monster. I was going to have a new family because I was going to be
an immigrant.
I felt like I was being deported though. I felt like I was gonna, like, oh, there was no way. I was like in such a jam, you know. I was like, damn, you know, it's not as bad as like, you know, people that are getting deported or whatever. You know, that would be terrible. So I kind of felt like, oh man, I have like no pull here. So anyway, guys, that's it. I'm gonna cut this story short. I'm gonna cut the story now. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, it's your first time on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to share the video and like and whatever, and peace out, and I am out of here.
That's about it.
Yeah.